What is going on, everybody? Welcome to yet another gameplay stream. I'm really excited today because we are going to be playing some of my favorite cards in Historic. But before we jump into that, just a couple things I want to mention. In just a couple days on Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern here on Twitch, we are going to be continuing our card hunt for Nicol Bolas Dragon God. When we find it, whether that's that stream or on any subsequent streams, we will be giving it away to one lucky member of chat. So do make sure you are in the chat hanging out with us as we're opening that box. That's going to be a really fun time. Again, 1 p.m. Eastern on Friday. Now, we also have a Kaldheim giveaway going on right now, which is running until February 8th. That is a Monday. We're going to be giving away a free bundle. The only thing you've got to do to enter for that is follow us here on Twitch. That's it. That's all you got to do. Pretty easy. Should be a really fun giveaway as well. And thank you to everybody who has entered so far. Certainly hope you guys enjoy the content, but also really appreciate you guys supporting our community. Now, let's jump right in. We're playing Fight Club today. Now, this is not a deck that I have created by any means. This is a deck that has been kind of floating around the historic ladder, as I have seen it at least. And it's a really fun deck. It's, as you can see, very heavily mono black almost. We do have a couple Primal Mights here, which we'll talk about here in a minute, but the idea here is to have a lot of things that have like Death Touch and little random abilities and stuff like that, and then be able to Primal Might to hit for a lot on the opponent's creatures. Now, ideally, we're going to use that with Phyrexian Obliterator, which is kind of our big bomb in this deck. This is one of my favorite cards in Historic. It's a 5/5 for 4 black with Trample. And whenever a source deals damage to Phyrexian Obliterator, that source's controller sacrifices that many permanents. So the idea is to Primal Might using Phyrexian Obliterator, and then hopefully make them sacrifice a lot of permanents. Now, as another option, we do have Gifted Aetherborn as a way to hit with Death Touch, so we can kind of trade this up using Primal Might, which is great, and gain a little bit of life in the process. We do have Knight of the Ebon Legion, which is conditional Death Touch, but also a really nice way to kind of do that same thing. We've got Gutterbones, which can... what's up, Spark? Hey, welcome. Gutterbones, which can trade off in the early game as needed, and then hopefully be a nice little aggressive card if we can get it turn 1. We've got Thoughtseize to tear apart the hand, Fatal Push to deal with opposing creatures, Scrapheap Scrounger, which essentially is just a replayable threat, so it works really well with Primal Might. And then Spawn of Mayhem, which is hopefully going to be able to get in there for a lot of damage, especially with Trample. As far as the lands go, we're running the standard 24. We do need to get to 4 pretty quickly, so want to make sure that we're hitting our land drops. And of course have a little bit of green in here for that Primal Might. So pretty straightforward list, but I think a really fun one. And we're going to give it a shot. I have not yet played this deck, but I have seen it played quite a bit, so... excited to try this one out. Spark, how are you doing this afternoon, my friend? I know you joined us yesterday for, I believe, your first stream, but I certainly hope you enjoyed it, and I'm happy to see you back, buddy. Really excited to jump into this deck. It's going to be a fun one. How's your day been so far? It's been fantastic. Gotten a lot done at work, enjoying a nice little lunch break right now, and excited to actually get back. I've been doing some very positive web development recently, which I thoroughly enjoyed. Yeah, doing pretty well, and I'm glad to hear you're doing well, buddy. That is fantastic. Okay. Interesting. Let's do this. I'm gonna play the Scrapheap Scrounger, and I am gonna attack in here. If they want to block, that's fine. I kind of want to keep their stuff off the field here. If they've got Death Touch as their archetype here, it's going to be a little frustrating, but hopefully we can deal with it. Okay. I'm actually going to pay the 2 here, and then we're going to attack. Hey, Lamp, what's up, buddy? Long time no see. Yeah, you haven't been able to jump in very often, have you? I'm really glad you are able to. Let's play Gifted Aetherborn here. This gives us a little bit of a life linker to gain some life back. We've got this Fatal Push up, which is why I shocked myself for this. Yeah, and this is exactly why. If we can't hit it this turn, but hopefully soon we can. All right. First things first, we are going to attack. Okay. And then we get to play this and leave Fatal Push. The great thing about this deck is it's just a really aggressive deck regardless, so I'm very happy with the way this turns out most of the time. Sure. Lamp, how are you? doing, buddy? I know we haven't heard much from you lately. Been working a lot, getting ready to head back to college. Ooh, not fun. I did not enjoy my college experience overall, but I do wish you the absolute best. Hopefully that goes well for you. All right, so let's attack with both here. I don't think they really want to trade, but maybe they do. This is perfect, because this means we can Fatal Push and Spawn. Get that out of there. And then Spectacle out Spawn. Now we should be in pretty good shape. Don't think they've got sweepers in this deck, and now we've got 8 power in the air. Not to mention 2 damage coming regardless. Awesome. We have got our first win. Spark, I'm going to ask you to be our record keeper this time, if you don't mind. If you're going to be here most of the time. If you will, update us on the score after each game. We are 1-0 this time. That's good. I've been playing some Arena this morning, and I'm 4-2, so it's been relatively good morning. Spark, that's awesome, buddy. I'm very happy for you. Absolutely love that. What deck have you been playing, if I may ask? Thanks, buddy. You are the man. All right. Let's see how we do this. Hey, Hurry Games, that's a really cool deck. How do you come up with the ideas for the decks? Some of them I do myself, some of them I don't. I will be the first to say this is not my list. This is a very fun list, but it is not my list. This is one that I have pulled from AetherHub. Having seen it played on the ladder a good bit, I thought this would be a really fun one to play. Also, Hurry Games, I don't believe I've seen you in chat before. I'm really happy you're here. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much for joining us. But yeah, this is a very interesting deck. It's very aggressive, but I think obviously that's great on the ladder right now. So pretty happy with that. No, this is actually your first stream. Well, fantastic. How are you? Welcome. Welcome to what is, I think, a really awesome community. So I'm happy to have you as a part of it here. Opponent taking a little while to decide on their mulligan decision. Okay. We are going to keep this. We definitely need a couple lands, but that's okay. Use the base goblins red deck with upgrades. Nice. Spark, what upgrades did you make to that list? I really, really like the goblins list. It's fun. Muxus is straight up frustrating. There's actually been talks of that card being too good. Her games, you're doing well. Fantastic. Very happy to hear that. All right. Turn 1, Knight of the Ebon Legion, not a bad start. These Fatal Pushes probably not going to be the best against this deck, but hopefully we can get some early damage in to get this spawn going. Hey, Minecraft dude, what is up, my friend? Welcome. Good to see you again. But yeah, hopefully we can get this spawn down. A little worried against this. If they get an Ugin out, which is generally what this deck is trying to do, any of these colorless lands kind of signify, hey, I'm playing Ugin. And that's a scary thing because Ugin obviously is very, very good against any kind of creature-heavy list. So, hopefully we can outrace, but we'll see. That does not help. But we'll see. Alright. I'm actually going to do this. Technically I should be playing on second main, but it's fine. I want to leave up this Fatal Push on the off chance they decide to try and attack in here with this Guardian Idol. I want to make sure we have something to do. Put in a couple life gain mana and Chandra Planeswalker. Actually works really well. That's awesome. With Muxus being too good, is it Wizards thinking of banning or is it just general community dislike? Lamp, from my understanding, it's mostly community dislike. I'm sure they're watching it just because how quickly that can swing a game. But I'm not saying that they're necessarily thinking about banning it right away by any means. Minecraft dude, it's going very, very well. I'm having a fantastic day. I certainly hope you are as well. Well, I guess they can, but it's not gonna work. Ace, what is up, buddy? Good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. What you been up to? Yeah, I'm gonna activate one of these. Ace, I wanted to let you know, I don't know if you caught the video, but I believe it was on Monday. I did let you know in the video that we technically did try the mono red list off camera a little bit. Didn't really work super well, if I'm honest. Not a hit to you by any means, it just didn't work out as well as I was hoping. I did try and rework it a little bit, and so I've got something in the works that I do want to keep playing with and try and get somewhere with. But unfortunately at the moment it just didn't get there. So I do want to thank you for that suggestion, because I do think it's going to be a fun one, but it did not quite get there at this point. So just as a heads up to you, didn't want you to think we forgot about it. We certainly did not. Alright, we're just gonna... is it mono red aggro or something different? Lamp, it's very burn heavy, but it's very focused on that mono red aggro feel. And I kind of went more wizard mono red, if that makes sense, which I think is kind of an interesting take on it. But unfortunately, that didn't really work super well either. So I do want to keep playing with it, because I made some changes, I just haven't gotten to test it yet. Do you think the World Tree will be banned from official MTG tournaments, both in person and on Arena? I don't know. I don't know. That's a very good question. I don't think... we're also pretty dead here, to be honest. I don't think it will be, not right away, but we'll see. Ace, if it worked for you, that's fantastic. I'll just be honest, on the ladder, it just didn't seem to get there. It was a little too slow, actually, which is surprising given the list. I did not think that going into it. Well, I mean, let's try it. This is kind of, to be honest, one of the things that can kind of stop an Ulamog. Now, if they sweep or do something like that with an Ugin, that would be a problem, but maybe we can get this going? We'll see. If we don't get it this turn, chances are we're pretty dead here, but we are going to try. If they attack in, they have to sacrifice 12 damage, or 12 permanents, which is everything. Interesting. Okay. Let's see what happens. Interested to see what they pull here, actually. That is the one good thing about this deck. With Phyrexian Obliterator in it, you do kind of have an out. That is frustrating, though. Omega, what is up, my friend? Alright, now we're dead. Let me go ahead and proceed here. Omega, how are you doing today, my friend? Great to see you again. Super happy you were able to jump back into it. Oh, also, just want to let everybody know, if you're not following us on Instagram or Twitter, we did kind of jump back into a new little content avenue. Spark, yeah, that was a very interesting one. Unfortunately, we're 1-1 now, Spark. Thank you. But we did jump into a new little content avenue, which is Pack 1, Pick 1, which, if you don't know, is just kind of a drafted term for figuring out what you would pick. Sorry, me not talking much, making some chicken noodle for lunch. Dude, no problem at all. So we actually did a flashback of Mirage, which was really fun. So if you're interested in checking any of that out, you certainly can. I'm gonna just take this. I'm not at home, but wanted to say hi. No worries, Omega. I really appreciate you jumping in. That's very kind of you. Alright. We'll pass. Technically, we could have... might have been a mistake to pass. Didn't think about that. But if it's just a 1-1 or a 1-2 we're dealing with, I'm just gonna wait on this fatal push. Should have just done it at the end of the turn, but that's okay. Let's see what they do here. Okay. We're just gonna do this, and we're gonna play out Gutterbones. Pretty straightforward, pretty easy. Let's see what happens. Misplayed a little bit at the beginning of this one, but that's okay. Alright. I took away their draw engine on purpose, because that's really the part I care about, but these being unblockable is a little annoying. Interesting. Okay. Well, because they are unblockable, it does mean we just get to attack in here, which is kind of nice. And then we get to play Spawn. And still leave up Fatal Push, so if they do tap out at some point, we can Fatal Push here, or just Fatal Push to burn this Spell Pierce. Okay. Gonna check some of the deck lists in the Discord and build some. Spark, you definitely should. Ace is actually a really great deck builder, in my opinion. He's been suggesting quite a number of them. We also have a number of other deck builders that are very, very good. Turn 1 Signet is one that comes to mind as well. Alright, let's go ahead and burn this. I'm sure they spell pierce it, and that's fine. I'd rather just kind of burn it now. Okay. We just attack in again. Really bad at building decks. Hey, that's okay. Not my... Well, I won't say it's not my strong suit, because I actually do a lot of fun deck building, but I certainly don't always do the best job. Back on here again. Nerdy Offender, what is up, my friend? Welcome back. Very happy to have you here. Let's try this. I'm guessing by now they've drawn another spell that can kind of block against this, but we're gonna try it. Sure. Trying to burn those now before we go into kind of an aggressive mode here. Okay. Ooh, there we go. Better with tinkering with pre-built decks and such. Trial and error, really. Yeah, that's fine. Chicken noodle time. Enjoy it, my friend. Alright. The one good thing about this list so far is that we did shut down their draw engine, so they're kind of in block mode, I think, at this point. I mean, they can attack in still if they want, but it seems a little rough unless they've got a lot of ways to deal with our stuff here. And the fact that Obliterator just has trample is super good, so they do have to find a way to deal with it. Okay. One, two, three, four. So we need to do 4 to play around Spell Pierce here. And we actually target this and this. Oh crap, we should have done 3. Whoops. Whoops, miscounted. Yep, and there it is. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, that's fine. It is what it is. How'd I count it correctly? Well, they lost anyway. Okay, cool. I misplayed a few times during that, but it worked out. Spark updating it to 2 and 1. So far doing not too bad with this deck. Could certainly be doing a little better, but I'm liking it a lot. It's very aggressive. Thanks for the update there, Spark. Alright. Let's see if we can do it again. Let's get some hype in chat for the win. If you don't know, also, if you're not subscribed, I know a lot of you guys are following, but if you're not subscribed, we'd certainly appreciate it. Please don't feel like you have to, because you do have to spend money on it, but it's a great way to support the channel. We've got a couple Commander Legends packs here donated to us by Creeper over the Christmas holiday. If anybody would like to subscribe, we will open up one of those in your name and see what we get. Hopefully something really awesome. So just a heads up there. Every once in a while I like to gift out a few subs as well. We did that not too long ago, actually. Gonna attack in. Really don't like Pteramander. That's a frustrating card. Let's see what happens. We should be able to get a spawn down here. Okay. We're gonna attack first, obviously. Sorry if updates are later than you finish them. Twitch is delayed. Not a problem, Sparks. Not a problem at all. Let's go ahead and try and get this down. Chances are we may run into some kind of counter. Not yet. Maybe a bounce spell. Yeah. There it is. That is fine. Okay. Great turn for them. Your pet looks wicked. Oh yeah. Alright, let's attack in. So the question becomes, do we want to play Phyrexian Obliterator or do we want to do Spawn? I'm actually in the way for Spawn here. It just means they can't really attack me cleanly. They kind of have to counter. Okay. That's fine. We burn the counter. Let's get rid of it. They're drawing an extra card every turn, which is kind of frustrating, but if they brick somewhere along the way... Wow, extra 2 cards a turn. If they brick along the way, we'll be okay. Extra 3 cards a turn. Okay. Phyrexian, yeah, I love Phyrexian, but here we actually want just a flyer, so that's kind of why. If we had a fight spell, it'd be different, because you had 2. Let's try one more time. I'm sure they've got something here. They've drawn so many cards. Yeah. And this is where this deck is just really good. If we had gotten a fire push or something along those lines, we might have been able to deal with this, but unfortunately we just haven't gotten anything. We've drawn 3 Obliterators here, which are great cards, don't get me wrong, because they're so expendable and easy to get back out. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, we're going to play the Obliterator, but it's not going to land. I'm going to go ahead and concede here. They've just got so much card advantage on us, there's not really a way to do it. Good for blocking damage from creatures without trample. Yeah, that's fair. Alright, didn't get there that time, but that's okay. Still really liking this deck. Let's update our mastery really quick. I've never seen much countering in my life. For our games, unfortunately, that deck is very good at countering. If they can stick a creature with the curiosities on them, then it's a very, very tough matchup because eventually card advantage just buries you and you can't really get past it. Which, you know, sucks, but it is what it is. It's fine. Just as a heads up, we do have our next box of War of the Spark ready to go for Friday, which I'm really excited about. Going to be opening it up, hoping to get a Nicol Bolas Dragon God, and if we do, it's going to one of you guys in chat. So, just as a heads up there, that is going to be a really fun time, I think. Let's do this. Same time on Friday? Yes, 1 p.m. is the time we are looking for. Oh, what do we take here? Probably this. It's kind of a lame take here, but I think that's probably the best. Showed up to say hi, expecting a call any minute though. No worries, buddy. How are you doing today? Let's do this, and let's Gifted Aetherborn. Alex, I hope you're doing well, buddy. It's good to see you. Alright. Attack in. Tonight, and let's go. Now we can fight away the Skyslave apparition no matter what they hit. We are joints hurt, but doing fine. Well, I hate that your joints hurt, but I'm glad you're doing fine, Alex. That's at least a positive note. Wow, okay. Fight Club? Yeah, we are in Primal Might fight time. Oh, this is 9 lives. Well, this is gonna be fun. Can they play? Yeah, they can. It means that medicine is working, so it's a good sign at least. Happy to hear that, Alex. Very, very happy to hear that. Alright. My brother got one of those in War of the Spark box for Christmas 2 years ago, built an entire deck around it. Focuses on a zombie army Spark. That's awesome. We actually just played a Bolas deck earlier this week. Like, maybe yesterday. I don't remember. Didn't go super well, but it was fun. Oh, perfect. Okay. 1, 2... Zombo's top 5 tribes, it's up there. What's great here is we gain the life from the Aetherborn twice. So now they're kind of forced into playing this 9 lives, unfortunately, which is really annoying. it is what it is. I'm assuming they have Solemnity at some point. Okay. Well. If they just draw Solemnity, there's very little impact. Well, there's actually... We don't give up, actually. Obliterator on Arena? Yeah, it is on Arena. If we can draw a land, we'll be playing it, which will be great. Yep, there's Solemnity. There might be a way we can get around this combo. Should be playing Knight of the Ebon. Alright. Let's play a Obliterator. No attacks. There's no point in doing attacks now, but we can make them sack stuff. Hopefully. We've got Primal Might here, so we should be able to start making them sacks and things. Ooh, yes. Yes. That's what we wanted. Power this thing up. Yes. Guys, this is why this deck is good. Spark, you're already calling it at 3 and 2. Don't care how strong this is, it doesn't matter. Oh, I love it. We call the fat packs, love it. Box, the Nerdy Offender, the entire booster box is what we're opening. Last week we opened one, and we're opening another. Poor guy. Yeah, this is kind of a cool way to get around this little 9 lives combo. Didn't really think about it, but works. They probably don't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, worth noting, they don't have to get rid of it. They just have to sack everything else to do that. So now, we didn't win the game, and they didn't lose the game, but hopefully we can at least kind of get there. Spawn of Mayhem does not work, right? Yeah, Card Kingdom has the Kaldheim 10 packs for $30. Yeah, we're giving one away. Let's go ahead and play Spawn. We'll just play Knight also. Just because. And then we'll pass. We almost got rid of this 9 lives. Ooh, that only hits us. Oh, that's interesting. Things that would be helpful to know. I'm gonna take Heliod. Kaldheim keeps breaking my format, so I'm ignoring it till it's done revealing. Well said, Alex. Kaldheim is a very, very good set, I think. Oh, yes. Although it's really not that good, is it? So the problem is this only kills us for 1. Target creature you control. So we can't target their creature to power it up to fight our stuff. That would be awesome, but we can't. So we pass. If they do start to power it up, which they probably will, then we start to go crazy with it. Oh, now we can just fight this though, can't we? They have to sack 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Still doesn't do it though. So the problem is I need them to power this up, or one of these up. Alright, we're gonna pass. We're gonna see what happens. We have to be patient and hope that this works. Ooh. Oh no, that's a problem. Which one are you talking about? Nerdy Offender? Are you talking to Alex or are you talking to me? Didn't think an instant speed for Telcar. Oh, I see. Okay. Sorry, I missed that in chat. Thanks, Alex. Probably shouldn't have played this one. In general, that was kind of a bad call. No worries, Offender. You're fine. This is a really weird game. This life's bounty is a huge, huge problem. Like, absolutely massive. If they tap out for something, it's okay, but... Which they did. They shouldn't have done that. That was a mistake. Oh, man. Oops. We're just gonna make him do it. It's only 5. It's not a lot, but it does make him sack some stuff. I'm getting impatient. Target non-legendary creature. Next creature. I'm kind of just hoping they get rid of the life's bounty here, to be honest. Yeah, okay. And I mean, we can attack with everything and it just doesn't. This is a very not fun game. Yep. So we have one more Primal Might. We're slowly killing ourselves, so at some point we're just gonna die. But yeah, unfortunately, Alex, this isn't working. You know, honestly, because it's gonna take so much time, I'm gonna go ahead and concede here. There is an out in this, because they're inherently gonna keep powering their stuff up, but it's not gonna be enough, I don't think, so I'm not gonna worry about it. I'll just let things go. And we'll jump into another one. So, unfortunately, we're counting that as a loss there, Spark. Just a heads up. Thank you. 2 and 3. Ugh. Rough game. We had the out. I like this deck because it does have a lot of outs, which is very nice. But didn't get there. Alright. Yeah. Very aggressive hand, obviously, but that's fine. Yeah, Alex unfortunately didn't get there. Oh, good. We're against the blue list again. Getting a lot of the same kind of decks. No, you're fine, Spark. Don't worry about it. Yep, Curiosity. Here we go. Sorry we're not getting a whole lot of variety in the list that we're playing today, guys. Or playing against, I should say. Okay. Important thing here is to get Gifted Aetherborn kind of online quickly so we can keep gaining some life and mitigate the damage that they're doing at least. That gives us the best chance long term. But, I mean, chances are we're going to be in a... Curiosity too? Yeah. Niv combo is a thing? Sure. Yeah, we were up against another one of these decks recently, like just a couple games ago, Alex. I think right before you jumped in, and ugh. Such a frustrating matchup. Once they get this engine going, it's very difficult for us to do anything. Even if we do get something, 9 times out of 10, they've got responses. I'm assuming they're gonna bounce something. Just kill them on the stack, duh. Well, the problem is they always leave up stuff, so. Just out of curiosity, I want to see what happens here. Okay, that still works. That's cool. Oh, our camera overheated, guys. Sorry about that. I'm going to go ahead and turn off face cam then. If anybody wants to pick up some merch or anything like that, you can certainly do that. There's a link there in chat for you. We'd certainly appreciate it. Please don't feel like you have to, but it obviously would mean a lot to us. I guess they didn't really understand how this worked. They probably could have done something a bit different here. I'm killing the Stormtamer because that's really the more problematic card here. And I forgot we killed both of them anyway. It has Death Touch. All right. Hey, draw to you. We're in terrible shape again. Spark, yeah, please do. I really like that shirt, the Embolus We Trust shirt. I think that's fun. All of you had your store up and running? Lamp, not too long, honestly. Towards the end of last year, towards the end of 2020, we were kind of getting things set up for that. So maybe the last couple months or so, we got that set up. We had an issue because initially I had it in a Streamlabs store and then also had our It Resolve store. So I was trying to get things kind of organized so it was all in one place. Thankfully, I was able to do that, and so that's where you get taken to the website now, not just a Streamlabs kind of one-off store. If anybody's just wanting to donate, you can do that as well. Again, please don't feel like you have to, but there is a link down below, I believe, that you can do that. Do I sell cards as well? Spark, wow, they just have so many lands. So, not regularly, to be honest. Every once in a while, I'll put some stuff up for sale, usually just from our Instagram. But a lot of times, no, I don't sell actual cards. I do have a couple of proxies in that store. They're the Space Lands, I believe, as well as one that a community member actually did art for. Lady Ziggy did art for Lord Raingrace by hand, which I thought was really cool. And so we created a card out of it. And so that's in that store as well if you'd like to pick those up. But those are all custom made by us, so they're legal to sell and all that stuff. I don't like outright selling copyrighted material. That feels bad to me, so. All right, well, let's see what happens. I'm just gonna stick with this plan. It's one they can't counter, which I think is worth noting. I am gonna play out the Scrapheap Scrounger as well. Let's see if that does anything. Once we have like all this War of the Spark stuff opened up after the card hunt, I may end up selling some of the cards that we pull from there. The problem is with War of the Spark, there aren't really a lot of, we'll say, valuable cards, so it's like kind of not worth selling unless you can bundle and do things like that. So I'll play around and see what we come up with, but okay, kind of fine. I got ads for the Patreon cards before, but I never knew it was you. Yeah, the proxies that we do on Patreon are just kind of a little physical thank you for everybody who supports us monetarily there. Since we can't, you know, sell those or do anything like that, it's just a way of giving back to people. So it's not, you know, the most amazing thing in the world, but they're really fun proxies, and it is a physical proxy that you get. So if anybody wants to support there as well, you can. And there are different tiers, and you get different numbers of proxies based on the tier that you're pledged at. All right, we're pretty dead here. I'm really tired of these blue decks, to be honest. Also, this is a weird one, because they don't seem to have a whole lot of counter stuff. This is a very, like, proactive blue list. Which isn't bad, it's just kind of strange. play the Spawn, but I'm expecting to run into a counter here anyway. Kind of wanting them to pop the trigger on this Hydro Crisis. Yeah. And this way we get this. This is something. Alright. We'll see, but probably not. 4, 5, 6, 7, so they can get us down to 3. If they've got any more of these Curious Obsessions, they can get us down further than that. I don't have high hopes. Spark, this deck looks fun to play. It is very fun to play, I think. It's frustrating to play against this deck, but it is a fun deck. Depending on what we draw, I'm going to end up conceding here. We're just dead next turn anyway, but... Let's see, 1, 2, 3, we can leave up 2 for Spawn. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we do technically have lethal, but if they just Hydroid Crisis or... I mean, there's plenty of options for them to get around all that. Yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and concede here. We are very dead. Alright. Let's jump into another. We'll probably do maybe 2 more. We'll see how fast they go. We keep getting up against these blue decks, which take a little bit longer, but if we can finish them quickly, we'll go through 2 more games. Really appreciate everybody sticking around and hanging out. It's great to see some new faces, or we'll say relatively new faces coming in and hanging out with us. So we certainly appreciate it. Spark, thank you so much for keeping track of everything this game or this stream. Really appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, we keep this. We turn 1 Thoughtseize, turn 2 we've got Gutterbones, and then hopefully turn 3 Spawn into Obliterators. Like, seems pretty good. What are we taking? Oh, lots of bad stuff for us. Never really liked blue decks. I love blue decks, to be honest, but they're frustrating as all get out. What do we actually want to take here? Not this. Maybe that. Might just be Oketra. Settle is annoying, but blue decks are the best Hurry games. Clearly a blue player at heart, and I appreciate that. Yeah, I am a blue player, but it's frustrating against this deck in particular, I will say. But that's fine. Counters really ruin a day after the 15th one. Yeah. I feel you. Whoops. Alright. Attack again. So this at the very least makes this feel a little bit worse. They also don't have a lot of ways to gain life. Arena always matches you up with people to make you lose. I've played against some OP decks doing normal play. Nerdy Offender, I know there's a lot like of speculation with that kind of stuff, and they're very well minded, so I'm not going to say either way. Personally, I don't worry quite so much about that kind of thing. It is what it is. I just have a fun time playing, but regardless, it is something to think about. I'm going to play another Spawn game. Just means this doesn't have a clean attack. If they play land and then attack with it, they do have... no, they don't. I'm sorry. They need 6. Your cousin has a commander deck that if you get good cards out, you can play everything in your hand without paying the mana cost. Yeah, Alex is exactly right. Omniscience is what that sounds like, Spark. Which is a very, very, very fun card. Very frustrating card. This is a weird right now. Fatal Push. Okay. I'm gonna attack here. Okay. I'm playing Obliterator. This just gives us a way to make them sack stuff here. They can play March and gain a little bit of life, but that doesn't seem great. They do have Carnage Tyrant as well here. if they've... Well, I guess they're a couple lands away, aren't they? You remember running Omniscience? Alex, do you remember Doug in the JDC with his Omniscience deck? Because that was frustrating as heck to watch. That was so good. If they want to attack here, that's fine. They're not really going to get very far, so we just win. Alright, that was a quick one. With Commander, it's like the match made up. Alright. At least got another win. Let's go for one more to try and maybe even this up at least a little bit. But it's refreshing to see. Yeah, 100% Alex. It was a really fun match to watch. Alright. Let's do this. Thanks, Spark, for the update. We'll see it often when I play EDH. Yeah, yeah, it was great. I don't see Omniscience hardly ever, to be honest. Unless you're in, like, show and tell. It's a bit of a tricky one. Definitely just take the Phyrexian here. This doesn't seem like a great hand for them. Let's get Gifted Aetherborn online here, I think. Want to play in that tournament? It sounds really fun. Spark, the only requirement for that is if you do need like a YouTube or a Twitch, because we do stream / record the games. So that's really the only requirement there, but it's a very fun tournament, as Alex can attest to. He represents the humans, I represent the crabs. Really, really fun. If anybody wants to, Season 4 will be coming out later this year, but Season 3 is up on our YouTube channel. You can, at the very least, watch the crab games. We didn't do very well. I think we only won against... Alex, am I correct in saying you're the only player we actually beat? Whoops, forgot to activate. From the most competitive oriented channel, I ironically do horrible. That is kind of interesting, Alex. I didn't really think about that, but you're right. But yeah, overall, it's just a really, really fun time. I love it quite a bit. And yeah, correct. Okay, cool. I thought so. I wasn't 100% remembering, but I was pretty sure that's correct. I stream, not a big fan, not big or anything. I have like 16 followers, but yeah. Well, Spark, then by all means. There's nothing that says you can't submit an application. Once we open that back up, all the players have been chosen for this time round, but certainly welcome to open up that door later on. I'm just gonna play another 9. All right. Sure. Okay. So we just win, right? Yeah. All right. Guys, we did it. I'm not going to jump back over to the other screen just because my camera overheated, but thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. We finally evened it up, so thank you, Spark, for keeping track of the record this time around. Thank you guys for being a part of this stream. I really appreciate it. Like I said, it's great to see all these awesome people here. Some new faces, which is great. Offender, I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Thank you guys so much. I will talk to you hopefully again very soon. We should be doing some gameplay tomorrow, and then just a heads up, make sure that you are here at 1 p.m. on Friday. It's going to be a really, really fun time. Hopefully we'll get that nickel bolus and be giving it away to one of you fine folks. So with that in mind, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you guys so much, and again, I will see you hopefully tomorrow.